Welcome to The Trend. I'm Rebecca Granet. Today I am joined by the multi-talented former NFL running back, champion of Dancing with the Stars, entrepreneur and philanthropist Rashad Jennings, whose first book is out today. It is called The If in Life. And Rashad, you've been so busy. I'm so happy to have you here today and spending some time with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh my gosh, of course. You know, before we get into the book, and there's so much to talk about, I have to tell you, you're hot off your guest judge spot on Dancing with the Stars last night. I don't know what it would be like, because I was watching, I was thinking to myself, what would it be like to actually go to a club with you? I feel like it would be so intimidating. Like, you know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to dance, and I'm gonna dance with all the ladies, and then it's like, how are they ever going to keep up with you? I don't get it.
Nah, that's the thing you learn about dance is the guy has to lead, but he only leads in a way to make his woman look beautiful. Oh. So if he's out there doing too much extra, then he's not dancing right.
And then your male friends probably don't want to show up anywhere near you because you show them up so badly, right?
It's actually been fun. Like a buddy of mine, he got married a couple years back, and they really never had anything organized for their dance, their first dance. And so since doing the show, I actually invited him, a couple other of my buddies, to bring their girlfriends, and I took them through a dance class. And me and my partner put together a choreography to the same song that they got married to and taught them how to do it. So dance is...
You taught them?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
It's been fun. It's in my arsenal now, and I'm never going to put it up.
Right, it's part of you now. So, you know, you've had such a wonderful career thus far, right? You've worn many different hats. You've gotten to wake up, and certain days you were Rashad, the NFL running back, and then other days you're Rashad, the Dancing with the Stars champion, or the dance teacher, we were just saying. Today is the first day that you get to be Rashad, the author.
Rashad, the author. That's
how does it feel?
I'm still trying to figure it out, that feeling. Humbling is the only word I can really think about using to attempt to explain it, especially my backstory. Being an overweight, chubby kid, glasses, asthma, 0.6 GPA at one point in time, fifth-string running back, saying I want to play in the NFL. Now, I failed every single English class known to mankind, and I passed all my Spanish classes. I can't speak a lick of Spanish, and so I don't understand how that really works itself out. Either way, the kid that failed every English class actually wrote a book, and that is what's... I'm still at awe. I truly am.
Yeah.
Humbling.
I mean, it's so fantastic because when we watch, you know, these athletes, you guys become heroes for many of us. And what we see is the end result of all the hard work that you've put in, but we don't always know the journey. And you were sort of, you know, alluding to that right now. It's so interesting when you read this to hear your entire backstory. For you, though, I mean, once you committed and you said, okay, I'm really going to go there and I'm going to talk about my whole, like, my past and everything, was there a point where you said this is so personal? Was it hard to get that personal for you?
No. Never was difficult for me to open myself up and be vulnerable and share stories that typically you may not want to share with the public. I feel like your life is... stories that are never told have no impact, truly. Like, I think it's very selfish, actually, of us to go through trying times and not share what we went through when we've come out of it. Because that story is meant for somebody else, truly. A lot of things I feel like that we go through, our trauma, our mistrials, is for yourself to learn, but then to only teach through it. And you're doing yourself a disjustice if you're not. So for me, I felt like, and I always say this, I have an awesome responsibility to give back. And I authentically get to do it because I've come from that kid that was picked last and everything, that kid that failed academically, that kid that grew up with a reading comprehension deficit, that kid that had asthma, that kid that was bullied, that kid that had some skin disorders, a whole slew of things that would say, it's no way you would want to be talking to him in an interview 20 years from now.
So that's exactly it. I was reading the dedication for this book, and it's one of those dedications that you kind of get goosebumps when you're reading it, because you're like, wow, this is so meaningful. And I really enjoyed the fact that you partially dedicated this book to your younger self.
Yeah.
And you know, what do you think your younger self would say? You sort of told us a little bit about him, but what do you think your younger self would say looking at you down the road, who you are now, to you?
I think he would say thank you. And a big part of my motivation today and a lot of things that I do, I keep him in mind. I keep in mind of that little 12-year-old kid that was lost, confused, very doubtful, written off in a corner, crying. And I see myself quite often hitting him on the chin, looking at him in the eyes and saying it's going to be okay. If you keep doing what's right, you know, the tunnel opens at the end. And, you know, there's a lot of kids, I feel like, that's why I say it's nothing special about me. It's just the position I find myself in. And I know there's millions of kids out there. It's just like myself, you know, lost and being evaluated the wrong way. And I say this often, that if a fish is judged by how well it can climb a tree, it's going to think it's stupid. And a lot of kids' talents, ambitions are not being nurtured at all. And I'm a living witness that dreams do come true with a lot of hard work, dedication, with redemption, with second chances that I got. And I want to be able to be a light to show parents that I was the kid that people wrote off, so don't write off everyone.
Yeah.
And to show kids that you can be just like myself in the fact of overcoming your situations.
I want to talk about the title, The If in Life. Another part of the dedication you wrote referring to your family, and you said, if I did not have you in my life, I could not have made it. What do you mean by that?
Absolutely, and I titled the book The If in Life because it's a play on words to me. When you spell out the word life, if is in the middle.
Yeah.
It's the foundation of life. And it's one of the biggest words in the dictionary as well. And if I didn't have my family, truly, through and throughout, to believe in me before I really knew who I was, I wouldn't be having this interview with you. Promise you that. And so I owe all the successes that I ever garnish or achieve is simply because of the loving people I've had around me. And I'm thankful for that, and I never forget it. And I believe God can give and God can take. So I wrote this in a way that inspires youth to keep dreaming, to inspire adults to keep dreaming, because I think we're all kids.
Yeah.
You know, we try to act a certain way, but we all kids at the end of the day.
We're big kids.
Look at what you laugh at. You'll realize you're a kid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, when they read the book, what was their reaction when they saw your family, when they saw what you had put together here?
They loved it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of tears at the home.
Aww.
Because even when I was writing it and talking to my family and trying to revisit the chronological order of particular events, and I had the whole family in the house. And I'm asking questions, and we get in the car and we go to these spots where what happened in the school. I actually took them to places in the school where I felt these feelings. I took them to the football field where I felt these feelings. You know, I took them to the playground where I felt these feelings. I took them to a college where I felt these feelings. And it kind of became like a full circle of, we can't believe we actually went through so much as a family.
Sometimes you forget, right, when as you
do.
go through life and you go back and you need to kind of relook at it.
You absolutely do, and that's something else that writing a book even taught me, is that I've spent so much of my life trying to build a life. But I found out that I really just want to spend my life with the people I love. But in trying to build a life, I'm often away from the people I love.
Yeah, with
So,
travel.
exactly. So this brought everything back together.
Wow. You know, before we get into the 10 for 10, Rashad, I want to ask you, because you talk about all the challenges and the times that maybe people didn't believe in you and how you overcame all of that. And through that, you were sort of laser focused on knowing, I think you said when you were a teenager, 13 years old, you decided, I'm going to be in the NFL. I mean, what has the game of football meant to you in your development in your life?
That's a really loaded question. The game of football correlates to life. for me. And especially playing the position of a running back. As a running back, you got people trying to knock your head off from every angle.
Yeah, that's right.
You're a grinder. And you know, you have to rely on your team. And you have to not only learn the successes of your team and the strengths, you also have to know the weaknesses of them as well to be successful. You can't blame any people. There's no excuses. You have to protect something that is very valuable to you, and that's the football. And what you have to protect in life is your dreams, your morals, your character. And running through life where everybody's trying to take that away from you, strip that away from you, is difficult to hold on tight. And as a running back, you know, you protect that with your life. And
so a metaphor for life in a way.
Oh, so many metaphors.
So many, all the metaphors.
So many. And but it's an ultimate team sport, and it continues to teach me even now the game of football, and it's opened up doors that a degree wouldn't have allowed on its own, truly, and I'm thankful for that. It's a lot of hard work, but
Right, of course.
I appreciate that too, because like I said, now that I had to work for it, you know, I became a pro. And there's a difference between NFL players and pro athletes. I always say that. NFL athletes are the guys that come in, tremendous amount of talent, last a couple years. Pro athletes are the guys you might not even ever heard of that last 8, 9, 10, 15 years in the league, because they learn how to take care of their body. They learn to do the little things right. They learn to build the character. And it made them sustain in the league. Now, when you create all of those habits and you no longer are spending 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, around the clock, diligently for a game, you still have all these habits. Then you get to put them somewhere else into life.
Well, you've had lots of challenges and overcome lots of challenges in your life. There's another one for you.
Uh-oh.
How do you think you're going to fare?
Uh-oh.
10 for 10 challenge.
Get some water.
Get yourself ready. You have 10 questions, 10 seconds for each, okay? Here we go. The best advice a coach ever gave you.
When opportunity presents itself, it's too late to prepare.
Favorite outfit to wear on Dancing with the Stars.
That's so tough. I would have to say the gold jacket.
That's
the
right.
24K, the one I just wore.
Yeah,
That's my
absolutely.
favorite, yeah.
You match our colors here. I was thinking
Yeah.
that when I was watching.
Yeah.
What about your most memorable NFL moment for you?
It's a lot. So I'll give you two, though.
Okay, go for it.
One was when my father came and watched me play. He came on the field and watched me play. I broke down in tears. Another one that a lot of people don't think about, it was one game where I'm playing running back, and it's pass protection. I saw the blitz develop before it happened. That is just the most memorable moment for me, because then at that moment, I knew, okay, I'm getting it. It's just one of them things, like it just started to all make sense. So that's another moment for me.
That's fantastic. Right, you see it happening before it's happening.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay, fellow Giant, Michael Strahan, he wrote the foreword for your book.
Yeah.
And he said in the foreword that he wouldn't be surprised if this book gets turned into a movie one day.
Hey.
So I know you've done some acting, but if it wasn't you, who would you like, what celebrity would you like to play you in a movie version of the book?
Wow. Any celebrity, and it can't be me?
You get anybody.
Boy. Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. That's a good one. You've described yourself as a big romantic as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the 3 biggest qualities that you would look for in a woman that you would approach for a date?
Qualities, the woman I want to date. Now, well, I would like you to define dating first. This is very tricky.
Dating, like going on dates? Or
Like going out to hang out and spending quality time, or, hey, exclusive, I want to see if this actually can go
Well,
somewhere.
this is a longer conversation because I think
Yeah.
there's a lot to talk about with dating, that's for sure. So now you've hit something that I wish we could have a whole other show on.
You said I'm romantic, so I want to make sure
Yeah.
I know what I'm answering
Well,
over
I'll
here.
tell you what, Mr. Romantic, if that's the case, then in your perfect world.
Okay.
So how would you court a lady?
How would I court a lady? I believe Planning to a degree is overrated to me.
Okay, so some spontaneity.
Yeah. Now, I
Okay.
mean, obviously blocks of time, but what happens in that block of time, I wouldn't necessarily always have it. But I would definitely, a girl who's ambitious in the fact that leaving a legacy, I think that's huge. I live life with death on my mind, not in a dramatic way, but it's just a matter-of-fact way, and I want to be able to be a leader from the grave.
Okay.
I think you got to live a life worth mimicking. And so I would like her to be on that same wavelength.
So ambition.
Very ambitious.
And then
she got to be able to laugh at herself.
Laugh at herself.
I mean, definitely. And she has to, something about her has to be quirky.
We need some weirdness.
I need something weird. Like, I want to be able to come in the house and be like, what is she doing? From time to time.
Oh, now you're living together.
No, I'm saying, like, at some point, you said future.
Right, future, of course,
I
yeah.
want to be like, what is she doing? Even if we ain't living together, I still, every once in a while, like,
Throw you
babe,
off balance.
I don't understand. Help me. Like, I want somebody.
Me understand
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. I'm not going to get into fantasy football with you, Rashad. I'm not. Even though I love it, I'm not going to do it. But I am going to ask you for one thing. The Giants this year, this upcoming season, what's their record going to be? I need a little prediction. And you know if you get this right, we're going to come back to you about it.
Yeah, most definitely. I haven't seen their strength and schedule, but I predict them going, I give them 10-6.
10-6. Okay, we got that down in the records books now.
10-6.
So you also said you like to pick up new crafts,
Yes.
new hobbies and things. What's a hobby or something you'd like to develop or get into going forward?
I picked up a lot along the way. And usually I pick it in June. That's usually when I pick up a new craft.
Really? Why is that?
Typically during the off season, that's
Okay.
kind of when the off season really happens in the NFL. So for the last 8 years, every June I pick up something new. And the last one I picked up was dance. So there you go.
Okay, so we'll see how that worked out for you, right?
Yeah. So this year, I don't know. I'm really looking to take acting classes, but I
Nice.
might specifically take accent classes too.
To have different accents?
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool to be able to pull accents off anywhere.
Well, okay. I tried. I don't know. It didn't work out. Maybe I need to go to
You
class.
just pull yourself. Okay.
I was like, oh, okay. All right. The number 2 overall pick of the recent NFL draft, Giants, select Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
What's your best advice for him as a running back?
As a running back entering into the NFL as a rookie, take care of your body. Learn to take care of your body. I say learn specifically because if you think you figured it all out, you haven't. It's a different game. The speed of players aren't different. The speed of the game is different. Not the players, the game. Stay in the playbook. Also, separate yourself from people. You know, the road towards success sometimes is okay to be alone. I think some people forget that.
I like that.
And as well as do the little things that's got you to the place where you are today. Don't ever get to the content. You know, I see that he's a workaholic. Don't let NFL trainers slow you down from working, man. These are the same human beings that's giving you advice. You know your body. You're a true pro. Become it, you know. And that goes back
Become a pro, not
yes.
just
Don't be an
just
NFL
the
player. Be a pro.
Last 2 for you. This was a viewer question. Do you tailgate? And if so, what is your favorite tailgating food?
No, I'm not a tailgater.
Okay.
Never really had chances to tailgate.
Right.
I've been too busy in the locker room. But, you know, Super Bowl on, being a kid, or even now, not being in the game, I always have some chicken wings and some bison burgers.
There you go.
That's what I have watching the game.
Spicy chicken wings?
Yes.
Okay.
Not too spicy, though. Not the kind of just...
Just enough to make them quirky, right?
Yeah.
What about
your... Quirk.
There you go. What about the biggest takeaway message you want people to get from reading The If in Life?
The biggest is finding their own if. I'm going through 15 chapters and showing you that how large this word is in the word life. If in life. This magical word, I want readers to find their own if. Truly. I'm just sharing mine.
And it's a great story. It's a great story. There's a lot of passion here, a lot of passion. So the If in Life, it's out now. And we also do want to mention that Rashad has a very busy week. He's also going to have 2 book signings. We'll tell you about them. Ridgewood, New Jersey. He's going to be at Bookends tomorrow. That's May 9th at 6 p.m. And then Hackensack UMC Fitness and Wellness, powered by the Giants, Maywood, New Jersey, this Thursday, May 10th. At 6:30 p.m. Again, the If in Life. And Rashad, thanks for spending time with us today. I really appreciate it.
Great interview. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of good stuff there. My goodness.
Awesome. No, I appreciate it. When does this actually air?
We were live.